All right, take a look at this video. This is from August of 1933 when a storm ravaged Ocean City. As a matter of fact, this is how the inlet was made. You probably know that. The storm destroyed the boardwalk, threw debris, including cars and trucks, as well as sand all over the resort town, and homes were simply washed away. Storms like that one are they're never forgotten.
And it's storms like that that our next guest had in mind when he wrote the book Deadly Storms of the Delmarva Coast. We'd like to introduce to you author Michael Morgan. Thank you for being here this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
So that storm, fortunately, it was not a deadly storm. No one was killed, but it played a huge role in how Ocean City changed, right?
Absolutely, because before the storm, there was no inlet to the bay, and Ocean City was pretty much like all the other little towns that are on the coast. But when the inlet was cut by that storm, it created a harbor, and so we have deep sea fishing in Ocean City, white marlin open, and that sort of thing.
Whole new economy.
A whole new economy.
Wow. Now, you also wrote about the Ash Wednesday nor'easter of 1962.
Yes.
What happened there?
Oh, that was probably the worst storm that hit the coast. When you talk about the big one, that was that storm, okay? Because it ravaged all up and down the coast. It was a nor'easter rather than a hurricane, so it was slow moving. Nor'easters have a lot of rain. They're not as much wind as a hurricane, but the rain just kept on coming. The waves kept on going, and when the storm was over, and it lasted 2 or 3 days, in most beach blocks on the resorts were devastated, and particularly Rehoboth. It tore the front off of the hotel.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and this picture's from that storm.
Oh, that's from that storm, from the nor'easter.
That's right.
The Ash Wednesday nor'easter in 62.
And where was that taken?
That was in Rehoboth.
Rehoboth.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
How about that?
Are there any interesting facts or fascinating information that viewers might not know about that they can find in the book?
Well, I think the most interesting thing is that before the development of the resorts, people didn't realize how dynamic the coast was, how it would move from year to year. When the Cape Henlopen Lighthouse was built, that was the first big structure that they could measure the movement of the coast.
Right.
And very, very quickly they saw that the coast was migrating to the west. And of course the lighthouse fell in 1926.
So in this book, you're kind of reminding us about the power of the wind and water.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And it is very powerful. And sometimes we talk about hurricanes. We measure hurricanes by the wind speed.
Right.
But water is much more powerful, I would say, because it's constant. Okay. And then veterans of the beach, year-round residents know that in the wintertime the beach sort of gets smaller, and then in the summertime the sand goes back, and that's confusing to people that don't come down to the ocean. They come during the summertime, and they find it just the way it is. Okay, and it's also confusing to measure how much the coast is migrating. Now, of course, with the beach replenishment project, then we're fiddling with
but you can see clearly Assateague migrating further west, and Ocean City not so much.
Well, earlier we talked about the inlet. Okay, when they stabilized the inlet, they put the stone groins out to keep the sand in place. Well, the sand migrates in that area of the coast from north to south. So at Ocean City, you have this enormous. Well, you have a parking lot and an enormously wide beach. And then on the other side of the inlet, Assateague is starved for sand, because that sand used to go down to Assateague, and it's eroding constantly to the west.
So development really makes a difference.
It really does make a difference. Yeah.
How about it? So the Delmarva Coast is the topic of a lot of you. Why are you so drawn to that?
Well, I've lived here. Well, I'm from Baltimore. Okay, but I've had a house in Ocean City for well over 30 years.
Yeah.
So I've been here for a long time. I found it a fascinating history. I am a history person.
Right.
You know, I used to teach high school history. So from a colonial history to the Civil War to storms and to a lot of topics.
Well, the book that we're talking about right now, Deadly Storms of the Delmarva Coast, the author is Michael Morgan, but we're not done with you yet because another fascinating subject to talk about, your next book, Patty Cannon. We're going to get to that when we come back.